أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. As we begin today. Yes, sir. Good morning, team. So grateful for you guys to be here. Dr. J, Lance, Aaron, Dan in the building. Shout out to those of you who watch the replay. We appreciate you, as well as Mo Money and Matthew. Matthew said, good morning, team. Was on the road yesterday, though. I had the stream to listen to while I drove and got my like in. Thank you guys so much. Let's see what the market is looking like today. Well, we did have a gap up to the resistance area of the 529, and that is where the market is currently trading at right now out of the gate. Does anybody have any plans that they would like to share? Any areas that they are looking at for potential trades? Floor is open. Thank you so much, Big Money Lance, for liking the recap. Always trying to be as transparent as possible, because losing is a part of winning. It is through losing that I learn how to win better. And actually, I got a lot out of that opportunity to grab a lesson to help refine my trading a little bit. And I will be sharing some of that today as well. Excited about that. But I will be doing recaps every day. So for those of you who might know somebody who is not able to attend the live, sometimes the live is an hour and a half, sometimes it's 6 hours. But the recap is just a consolidated way of viewing the trades of the day. The ones we took, the ones we missed, the ones that were available. And I've been pretty consistent with getting those out. And here they go, where the trades were. You can find that on the Some Real Change channel, and hope you are subscribed. And for those of you who are, thank you. I'm very transparent. I believe that we can make all the money that we need here in the market. Many of us have spent thousands and thousands of dollars in other groups, other memberships, other gurus that were fake, so they have the title Furu, which was created by Bao. And I said I wanted to create a place where traders could gather together who are serious about the craft. Who is serious about the craft. Along that way, I knew that journaling would be a great way to also attain success. So I decided to start journaling my trades. And along the way, lo and behold, I ran into a bunch of guys and some ladies who also are on the same journey. How awesome. And together we are some real change in every sense of the word. Taking my time early this morning, I want to share what my plans was giving somebody an opportunity, but I want to go ahead and just get what I have thinking out of the way. I like a 529 call, but I like it with a next day expiration. If we are going to go up, I want to give the market room to have ebb and flow and not be destroyed on my option price. I like a 529.5 entry. First profit target is 532.8. Second profit target is 533.8. Alarms are set at my entry. Alarms are set at first and second profit target, as well as a put. I really like that 524. If the market does decide to drop, like that 523.8, all the way down to the 519 and possibly the 515. And even though the market has hit my area this morning, don't like to trade before 10 o'clock. She got up and got out. Let's wait and see at least if she closes in this area. One of the things that I was just going over is the reminder to myself that is the system that is successful. The system. Therefore, people who follow the system are successful. And the first thing on my system is do not trade before 10 a.m. Allow the chart to form. Does that mean that there are times when I'm going to miss money? Yes. Yes, it does. There are times when there will have to be exceptions made to this rule. Yes, there are. Preferably, this would have been one of those times because of all of the pre-market action that we had. Typically, if the market is flat pre-market, then I absolutely want to stick to my rules. But if we do have a little bit of movement, then I will consider. But for the most part, I want to stick to that rule. Let me show you that control algo that we have been in and the huge gap from pre-market low. I'm sorry, post-market. Post-market low. Look at that. From the 519.2 all the way to the 530. That's some movement. That's already letting me know that the market is moving. So that would be the time that I would take exception to my rule. But the main thing that I want to emphasize today, as I told my teammate I was going to go over, and that is following the system. Each and every one of us has to have a system about how we go about taking trades, how we go about setting stop loss areas, profit taking areas, whether we have one or two profit taking areas, whether this trade we're going to use full size, or half size. There are a lot of moving parts before we hit that buy ask or that buy market. And even that is which one do you hit, the buy ask or the buy market. So therefore, there is a system that has been created by each and every one of us, and it has been based upon the best of our trading history. And we have continued to tweak it by studying our losing trades, turning those into lessons, which automatically help us on the front end. The second thing that I want to, hey, Dave is in the building, the Wizard. Thank you, buddy. Wishing you much success today as well. Hope everything is going on with you and the team Turtle. Shout out to you guys. Just sitting here having a little bit of morning manna as we allow the charts to develop. But the key thing, guys, is having a system. And once we then having that system, having the discipline to only trade the system. Intelligence will only get us so far. Intelligence will only allow us to be able to identify fundamentals, identify technicals, identify trading opportunities. But then it comes down to each and every one of us individually and our discipline and our ability to follow our system. Give you an example. I can literally say, guys, we're going to get in right here at this spot. And this is making me sick too. But I am following my plan. I can say, hey guys, we're going to get in right here and we're going to get out at the 535. So let's say everybody has the same entry. Everybody has the same profit target. Okay. Even with that in mind, we're all going to end up making a different amount of money on that trade. Even if we all use the same amount of shares, the same amount of contracts, very few would end up making the exact same amount because of risk tolerance, because of fear, because of greed, because of hope. Some will get out at profit target. Some will get out before. Some will get out after. So having a great system is just one aspect of it. And it does have to be based on edge, which is why it's so important that we screenshot each and every one of our trades so that we can journal what we're doing and have accountability for our trading. So at the end of the week, we can go over our trades, and each one of our trades should be listed, should have a name for it. Even if it's the name that you gave it, it should be a specific reason, a specific setup that caused you to enter this trade that was also met with a certain set of criteria that was checked off. You enter this trade with proper risk management, because the second most important thing that I'm touching on, the first one is creating a system, but having the wherewithal and discipline to follow the system. And the second thing I want to touch on is being a good loser. Being a good loser, that's going to mean something different to each and every one of us, how we apply it. But I want to get to the point where we brag about our losses and not about our wins. The wins will take care of themselves if we apply the system. You can still be a winner even in a losing day if you got out according to your system, which has detailed risk management. So let us focus on number one, developing a system with edge proven edge. And how you get this is you categorize your trades. Every trade you take should have a name. You put that in a folder. Next time you take a trade, take a snapshot, put that in a folder, put that in a folder, put that in a folder. Now let's say you got 3 folders, because it's 3 setups that you like right now. Just 3. You only trade in 3, and that's fine. Having the discipline to wait for those 3, that's what's going to make you a winner or a loser. But you got those 3. Now on the weekend, you go analyze them. You look at how many were winners, how many were losers, how much did you win on that? And now you're able to come up with statistics. Now you're able to grade those trades. This one was an A, this one was a B, this one was a B+. Based upon the winning percentage, based upon the winning rate, based upon how much money you made. So now you know how to adjust your size accordingly. You cannot trade the same size on every trade. When you're A+, A setups, you have to go bigger. Those are only going to come around 3-4 times a month, but those might make your months. Other than that, that's why it's even so much more important to have a system in place that you use to trade by, that you can be held accountable for. And I'm going to continue to go over my system publicly so that if I take a trade against my system, everyone will know. And I challenge you all to create your own systems. So, according to my system, don't trade before 10. Allow the charts to form. Remind myself, I'm not here to prove that I'm smart. I'm here to make money. We don't predict, we prepare. I need to identify who's in control of the overall market, look at the trend, and then look at the week and the day. Look at the trend for the week and the trend for the day. The trend for the week is bullish. The trend for the day is bullish. Identify possible trading areas on the chart. Trading areas are going to be stop out and profit taking areas for the bulls and the bears. Identify them, and I've done that on the chart. I did that early by identifying where I wanted to get in and my profit taking areas. I did that here, stating that I wanted to get in 529, take that to the 532, 533, but I'm not going to break my rule and trade before 10 o'clock. So if I miss the trade, so be it. Sticking to my rules is more important. Next, on my system, I've identified those areas and I put alarms on those areas. Now, here we get to the nitty gritty. Always look at the 30-minute candle. Don't trade against it, period. Call out aloud what trading setup it is that you see. If you're taking a trade is not from your playbook, you are gambling. Ask yourself, would you use big money on this 100 contracts? If you wouldn't use big money, you probably shouldn't be using any money. We want to get out of the habit of just sticking our toes in the water. And to me, most importantly, stay clearly whether it's a scalp or a trend trade. You're not going to treat them both the same. If it's a scalp trade, we've proven it time and time again. You can make a great amount of money in 5 minutes. That's a scalp. If it's a trend trade, you still take some money off, a partial at the end of that 5 minutes, and leave a runner. Entering the trade, let the current candle close first. As Dan the man always says, let the candle close. Then we want to enter on the following continuation candle. So before I take a trade, I need to call out what setup I need to see. I need to call out whether it's a trend or a scalp. And then I need to act accordingly. That is my system. What's most important to me today is, did I, at the end of the day, follow my system? And I need to add to that, never, ever, 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 ever trade without bracket orders. For me, that translates to as a stop. A stop loss is the only thing protecting your wealth. As I spoke about being a better loser, bragging about my losses, I sit and I study my losses. I sit and I study my losses. It's like I'm just obsessed with them, because it's a problem that I'm trying to solve to take me to the next level. It's not my wins, and I'm sharing this with the team. It's not your wins, it's your losses you need to get control of. And the only way that you can do that, there are several ways. There are big ways and there are larger ways. Hold on, I might need to hop on the screen real quick so y'all can feel me on this one a little bit. You feel me? Hey, it's me, live and in person. Now, there's several ways that you can do this, okay? Now, the first thing you could do is hit up your broker. And you can ask your broker to put a max stop loss on your account, on your overall account, stating, so when your account reaches a certain level, automatically take me out of this trade. At the broker level, meaning if I lose X amount of dollars on this account today, let's say, for example, you got a decent account for $500. If $400, $500, let's say $500, because we got Big Money Lance on here. If I lose $500 today, make it where I can't trade anymore. Close me out of my positions, take me out of all of my positions, shut my account down. The benefit of this is that it saves me, to be able to trade another day. The second thing that you can do, okay, and this actually goes in the trade, is use those bracket orders. Some people like them, some people don't, but I'm telling you, for myself, I'm sharing part of my system. I cannot take a trade without using a bracket order, and I tell you why. Because options are very volatile, and we're not gonna always be right. No one is right 100% of the time. There's nobody with a 90% win rate, 80% win rate, 70% win rate. No profitable trader. You might have those guys that push those fake big number win rates, but the risk to reward is upside down. They are losing way more than they're winning. So they're upside down. The real winners that's getting to the money got a 50-60% win rate. They're going to take some losses. But what keeps them in the game is they take small losses. Small losses. And the only way you can do that is to protect yourself with a stop loss. I don't care about no stop loss hunters, none of that stuff. Well, I'm more scared of my account running past what I would see as a reasonable area to stop. Not having control over that. That is what would take me over the edge. I'm more control about controlling these losses. Because one thing about the way we trade, and I love it, the majority of the time, the stock either directly goes in our direction or we get out. We don't do a whole lot of ebbing and flowing and you know what I mean, and all that with our channel. Nah. When we get into a stock, it either directly goes in our direction or we get out. Because the way that we get money, especially when we use zero DTEs, is with that market going in your direction. Oh man, woo! The way that delta moves up, woo! Get to the money. That's why it's so important to take profits at the end of 5 minutes. Because that bounce back just on the next candle, you can still be correct in a trade as far as the direction in the trade. But that ebb and flow, what it's gonna do to the option price, I'll make you throw up. Just a little bitty bounce. You'll watch yourself lose 30 cents per contract, even though you're right in the direction. But the key thing, guys, I'm not gonna be long, you gotta protect yourself. Let's be the best losers. Let's develop systems, stick to our systems. Then let's have the wherewithal and the discipline to only trade our system and hold ourselves accountable by taking snapshots of all of our trades. So at the end of the week, we got an explanation for what we did in every trade that we took. Then let's group those trades, analyze those trades. Once we have the statistics on those, we know how to group A plus B plus trades and then how to size them up accordingly. We do this, we stick together, and this is how we win. Go team! Thank you, team. Alrighty, we see that the market is doing what the market does. Great day for an investor, rocky day for a trader. This is a great example of you being right in the trade, but the option price would just really have you sick with these up and down wicks. Joe Gold, man, I'm so glad you're on here, Joe. Alrighty. Oh my goodness. Alright. Let me get back to business. So yeah, the trade that I wanted to take, it is working out, but I am on the sideline, so I just have to accept it for now. That's perfectly fine. But that's also why for a call today, I'm looking in a next day expiration to give me a little bit more wherewithal to stomach that ebb and flow. A zero DTE on a trade like this would have you sick, even though directionally you're correct. So I went to a next day DTE. Shout out to the wizard Dave. Saw him do that and it made sense. Especially when you're right, give yourself some room. Give yourself some room to be right. Where you're more so worried about the trade and not the option price. That is the desired position you want to get to. Yeah, this is sickening right here. Whew. However, it is what it is. See how we're looking all around on that 10 o'clock candle. We are looking good. Green on the weekly. Green on the daily. Green on the 30-minute chart. Green on the 15-minute chart, and I'm adjusting, looking for our idea to line up on multiple time frames. And we are still in that controlled buying algo that we recognized early this morning. Haven't had a pullback from it yet here on the Heikin Ashis. There's that controlled buying algo that we are in at the moment. Could probably make it a little tighter. Let me see if I can tighten it up a little bit. Tighten it up a little bit. Tighten it up a little bit. Yeah. That is that control buying algo that we have been in, and since the market opened, we have been on a tear, not really even having a pullback, creating an opportunity to get in, as so many people love the break and retest. I guess we kind of did have that. I just missed it. 532.10 is my second target on the SPY. Who knows? Is what Dave says. He says the 532.10. And Dave, I am with you on that. Just a few cents off. I have the 532.8, but still have that as a profit target as well. Nice to know that I'm not too far off from the wizard. Yes, sir. It lets me know I'm doing something right. And thank you for sharing that, Dave. As it is reassuring, because we do seem to be in a very controlled buying algo at the moment. Absolutely no reason to go against the grain. Strong on the weekly, strong on the daily, strong on the 30-minute and the 15-minute. 5-minute is looking like it wants to show out just a little bit. What was your entry on that, Dave? I'm just curious on that. I liked the 529.5 area. That's what I had written originally. And I still like it, and I experienced that yesterday, that I might just be too early. Might just be too early. The trade still might work. Just might be too early. That's all. Reached 10 o'clock. Grateful for that. We have identified a control buying algo. Grateful for that. The team is here. Grateful for that. Interesting. 529.3. Yep. Wow, Dave. Wow. I like. Let me show you what I had on here. I like the 529.5 on that. So that is awesome, man. That's awesome. And guys, that's why I asked this, because we all are going to trade slightly different, but we are still pretty much headed in the right direction. Nothing is going to be exact, of course not, but we're talking about the area, So use that to compare your notes, what you might see, You might see something different, and if so, please feel free to share it. It might be something that we all might need to see and could benefit from, as we are all learning and achieving together. I am going to move my interest up, okay, or add a secondary interest, depending upon what the market does, to possibly above that 531 area now. Profit target still the same, just adjusting my entry, being that I wasn't able to get the clear entry that I wanted without being on a roller coaster, and with it being a little bit earlier than the time that I wanted to trade, I sat it out. And now that I am ready to take that trade, the 30-minute is red, and I just don't trade against the 30-minute, period. Next thing I want to identify, that if I do take a call in this area, it would not be a scalp trade. It would be a trend trade, as there is plenty of liquidity that can be used to continue to take the market price up. And today is only Wednesday. So, nothing but time and patience. Also, keeping in mind that just because we know, and this is very important, just because we know the area that a trade may take place in does not warrant us to automatically get in the trade. We want to see a clear setup, a clear path to a safe entry. The market is going to move regardless. But remember, if you don't identify an area where somebody is in trouble, that means you're in trouble. Because of all the selling that we've had, there's plenty of liquidity to continue to take this market higher and higher. So as we continue to rise in the market price, it is the bears who are in trouble. Bear covering is buying, and buying takes the market price higher. Key area of support and resistance also have to be respected on the chart as well. And most importantly, just giving the chart some time. Don't be in a hurry. Just give it some time. Dave says, not much in the way of data news. Should be a chill day. Relax, let the market come to you. That is some great advice. Let the market come to you. And that means that there are some days where we will not take a trade. And I think that we need to take the pressure off of ourselves. Where some of us think that in order to be a day trader, that means that we have to trade every day. And that's just simply not true. And the more we study and the more we dive deep into this profession and take it even more and more serious, we will realize that in capital preservation, there are going to be days where it's just not best to put your money at risk at all if you do not see a clear opportunity. Put in your mind frame that nice, sweet little old lady who's across the street from your grandma's old block. She used to be friends with your grandma. And she hears that you're trading now. She comes up to you and she says, Sonny, I got some money, Sonny. Would you mind trading this money for me, Sonny? And you took that grand lady's money. You would only take trades that you knew of a surety you had edge. But because it's our money, we're a lot lapse in our mind, and we come to the market and we feel that we got to get busy every day and take a trade, when in fact it's the opposite. So if the lady called us and said, well, what happened? Did you make any money today for me, Sonny? And you would tell her, no ma'am, but I didn't lose any. The market did not give me a clear situation and setup and criteria for me to be able to put your money on the line with very minimal risk. So therefore, I didn't trade at all. And this is how we have to do and have to think. By letting the market come to us, that means there's going to be days the market doesn't come. Even though we show up and are ready. I get that same question often. Yes, sir. Man. Dan says I get the same question often. Yes. I just tell people, if you think now or something, wait till you see us 6 months from now. God willing. Think now or something. Yeah. Might be trading even lesser. But that's what we want. Less trades, more size. Huh? Yeah. That's what we really want. Dan said that 5-minute range is crazy. Yes, it is. However, it is starting to look a little bearish. Starting to look a little bearish. I like this. VWAP is going to have to hold. If VWAP doesn't hold, the bulls might be in trouble. see it. I absolutely see it. I absolutely see it. Make sure you have a game plan for your exit. The wizard reminds us, make sure you have a game plan for your exit. So if you have a game plan for your exit, you're able to withstand pullbacks. You expect those pullbacks. You incorporate that in your game plan towards a higher price target area. This is looking like trouble. Right to the 528.9, which where we find a beautiful support level where the bears are now bouncing off of that support level. $2 drop from the highs. But it is still green for today. And that is why we look at multiple time frames. We don't just get locked in on one time frame. This could very well be a trap by the bulls to create liquidity to take the market higher. That's why it's so important for you to have a game plan. Now, in actuality, guys, that was a nice scalp by the bears. But that's all it was, because overall, the bulls are still in charge. They still have overall strength of the week, overall strength of the day. So that was a very nice scalp, but in fact, it was a very healthy pullback. Because if we look at this and put pre-market into it, I need you guys to see this pre-market. That essentially created a higher low. Show it to you. Where you at? Look at that. On that controlled algo that we identified, even this drop was a healthy pullback as it helped create and establish a higher low in that bullish uptrend, which is why it is so important to be able to identify which direction the market is going, to be able to see these algos. And Lance said, especially with such expensive options, you see the higher high, the higher low, the higher high, the higher low. And as the market opens, we put in a higher high. And even with that drop creates a higher low, sitting right on a weekly area of support. Could this possibly be giving me a second opportunity at my entry? Could it be? Could it be? Want to see a little bit more before I head out the door, because going against the 30-minute chart is just something I'm just not for. But also it's showing me that right now the market is still in a state of a little bit of indecision. As on the daily chart, as of now, we have another shooting star for the day. Shooting star candle for the day. Let me pull up that daily chart so you see. Yet another shooting star candle for the day, where the market goes up and then the bear beats it down. The market, bulls get it up, the bears beat it down. The bulls got it up to the 531.6, and now the bears have beat it back down. Oh yeah, by the way, that's that large algo, by the way. That controlling sell algo, by the way. You can see what's going on, by the way. Don't be fooled overall, by the way. Week, this is the daily. You can see higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, up until we hit the 565. Once we hit the 565, we put in a lower high, and then a lower low, and then a lower high, and then a lower low, and then a lower high, and then a lower low. But we are at the bottom of the overall controlled selling algo, which is why we're getting this bounce. But that does not necessarily mean overall that the market is back, even though it is knocking on the door of trying to get back into this controlled buying algo. Knocking on the door, but there's heavy resistance in this area. Being able to look at the overall picture, the big picture. Who knew that even with all this action, we're still in a controlled selling algo? Like it who like it, don't like it who don't. And all this move is doing on a larger scale is creating a lower high. So many opportunities are available when you take the time to study, learn, master your craft. Now you can understand why we've been having these huge wicks at the top. Now you can understand why every day the bears have been beating back down the bulls. Because we're still in a controlled overall selling algo, and the bears are setting. Somebody hit the like button. Woo! Somebody hit the like button. Woo! And the overall bears are setting the bulls up to use them as liquidity. It's a beautiful thing that's happening when you can see it. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see it? But again, now this brings me back to the second thing that I spoke about today, which is very important. Having the discipline to implement what you know. G.I. Joe said it best, knowing is half the battle. Do you have the fortitude, the discipline, the determination to execute and be patient with that execution until your trade shows up? That's what's going to make us winners and losers. Not the ability to identify what's going on, but the ability to have discipline to wait until our opportunity is clear and only act then. And on that note, I'm going to go get a cuppa. Be right back. Abdul Shabazz, some real change. Thank you for being here, team. Got in a little early on that one, no problem. Alarm set at the 5:27. 5:27.8. My area of interest has moved to the 5:27. I have an alarm there. Probably move it up just a little bit. What action, right? Awesome action. You gotta love it. Seems like the market is trying to find some support here at the bottom of the controlled buying algo. It does appear that way. Retesting VWAP. And VWAP will act as a natural area of resistance. The goal for the bulls is to break past and beyond VWAP and stand on it. Cannot ignore this control selling algo that we are in right now, intraday. As you see, even in the 5-minute chart, the market responding and respecting, almost following the algo. Very, very interesting. Might give me an opportunity to implement my original plan of the 529.5 area, perhaps. Let's go ahead and reset that alarm there. Okay. Might have just been too early for it. Not a problem. looking for a close in this area, and then a continuation candle. We got my confirmation. Now I would like continuation. This is my area where I wanted to originally get in. We're at the area where I want to originally take a call. 1 minute left on the 5-minute chart. Definitely slow on the entry. Sheesh. That pisses me off. That Not happy with my entry at all. Should have been in much earlier. Much earlier. Should have been in much earlier. Should have been in much earlier. She absolutely gave me an opportunity to enter, but I chose to wait for the candle to close, missing a great opportunity. Now the market is ebbing and flowing. It would have been great if it would have been done, if it had done that from here, me being in the trade. Another stab at it. No, wait. Damn it. I saw the opportunity, I just wasn't able to capitalize on it. Still a lot of room left in this trade, though. I believe that. Fumble that again. Thank you, team and coach. Trade well and prosper while I go to the dentist and give him my winnings. Thank you, Lance. Nothing like keeping those choppers clean and tight. only way to eat the steak of our profits is taking care of those choppers. I'm so glad I didn't chase up here. Ha! Doggone right. I know the market will always give us. I missed a good entry long as well since I had to adjust my godson's car seat. Yeah, that's the thing, Dave. You know, the market will always give us opportunities to make profits. So I'm just happy the market is moving. As long as it's moving, we will find profits in the chart. But yes, I missed that entry. That means I am human. So this is not an AI bot. That's right. We're making real human errors on here today. But one thing I am not messing up on, and that is keeping my risk very tight. Already know going into the trade what I could lose, and I am satisfied and have accepted that before I even press the trigger. I have no idea. I'm not taking a trade because I know it's right. I'm taking a trade because it has met a certain set of criteria, and then as I do the obligation and responsibility to take that trade once a certain setup presents itself, the criteria has been met. The outcome of it, we have no control over. We're only responsible for protecting what we lose. Nine minutes, a little less than 9 minutes before the 11 o'clock 30-minute candle as well. Very anxious to see if we can get over that 531 area. It is still early. Hang in there, teammates. It is still early, but the market is moving. Great news. Just a little bit of time and patience is all that is required. Thank you for hitting the like button. I do appreciate that. Shout out to you, and shout out to T-Shirts for Traders. That's tshirtsfortraders.co. You're a trader, right? Then look like one. Thank you, T-Shirts for Traders. A lot of time still left in this beautiful day. But in my opinion, I would say we have a little bit of chop right now. Chopping between that 529 and that 531. Take a little box. Yeah. It's essentially where we are today in this little box. Let us be patient. Alarm set at the 527. Another alarm set above the 531. Above the 531.1 area, that is. Let us continue to be patient. What a day. Full transparency, because of the paper cut that I have taken this morning, I will now be laser focused on a clear A+, A, even a really good B+ setup. So I'm looking at the long range now. I'm looking at 1 o'clock. I'm looking at 3 o'clock. Gonna give this market a little bit more time to settle down. Allow it to pick a direction. Allow somebody to have a profit taking area, somebody to have a stop out area, so I can identify it and be sitting right there waiting. The market has to move, so the market is moving. And you know I respect and appreciate everyone's time. And you look up and it's 11 o'clock. How did we get here? How did we get here? Thank you for those of you who have to leave right now. You are appreciated. But for those of you who can hang out just a little bit longer, after those who have to leave, exit by hitting the like button. We look forward, and God willing, to seeing you guys tomorrow, same time, same channel, same stock. You can count on us to be consistent. Spy all the time, and all the time is the spy. But for those of you who want to hang on out and put us in the background, promise not to let you down. I promise to be around if a great opportunity shows up. But for now, I'm going to go ahead at 11 o'clock, take my 11 o'clock break as I do, and look forward to getting back in touch with you.
Need a UGC video for your business? Find me and many other skilled creators on Fiverr. Or you could
Wow. 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 Just wow. All I can say. Wow. These lines, guys, these algos, what more do you want from me? Look at that. See the break right out from the controlled buying algo. We have two here, no doubt. But you see the break. You see VWAP being used as resistance. And then right at this area, 1140, right after I left, right after I walked out the door. Man, I missed this. Beautiful. Beautiful drop. Right outside of that algo. Now at the bottom of a larger algo, and there is potentially more monies to be made. If anybody made some money off of this, put it in the chat. Let me know right now. Happy for you. It was there for you. All you had to do was follow along. The map was printed for you. Area of interest for me. Find an area of demand here. Also at the bottom of the larger controlled algo, the larger one. Let me show you here on my trading view chart. We're at the bottom of the larger controlling algo. This is my 30-minute chart. As we are overall in a downtrend, but right now, currently, we're in a controlled selling algo. Even though right now we are in a controlled selling algo, immediately with a little bit of bounce, my next area of interest would be a break of this 526.6 area. So I'm gonna go ahead and put an alarm there. Again, just happy the market is moving. Check in if somebody's made some money. Go ahead, put it in the chat. Show you what area I'm looking at. Be real clear. I know it's a lot of money still left around here. Yes, sir. That's what I like to see. Let's get that out the way. Look forward to what happens when the volume comes back in. Yes, we've identified a trade area, but I will stand down if we do not get a good setup. The market is absolutely choppy right now, which is evident by this bottom tail. Bulls are defending these lower numbers, the 526.2 area. They are rejecting all lower prices, absorbing all sell orders, buying up the market at this area, showing a lot of support here. So without a clear setup or clear pattern, I am going to stand down and don't have a problem with it. I'm not here to trade a lot. I'm here to trade well. I still thank you and appreciate you guys for being here. profits along the way. I'm locking in profits. I'm not giving any of this back. Locking in profits. Locking in profits. Alrighty, just took some profits there. As we are approaching the bottom of the algo, just locked in a monster trade right there. Happy about that. Still have a runner on a little bit more profit there. Still have a runner. This is what we want to do. Take profits when they present themselves and then leave runners for a larger time scale. Which is exactly what we're doing right now. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Leaving this runner on to the 524 is the next profit target area. Called it out also on my larger algos as well. Went ahead and drew that brush. If you guys look at the replay, you will see it was done live. Identified that area where bears would then step back in and start putting the squeeze on the bulls potentially. If the bulls are going to step back up and back in, they're going to have to do it at 1 o'clock in the next 7 minutes. If they do not, we can expect continued movement to the downside. This also could be an opportunity for bulls to use these bears as liquidity to bounce at the bottom of this controlled buying algo, ultimately what we're in. Nonetheless, this is going to be an exciting area when we hit 1 o'clock, and I'm happy to be involved and on the right side of the trade. I have made money on the trade and I have de-risked my position. There is no risk to me at all in this trade, only a matter of how much more profit would I like to take. That is now the only question. Very proud of myself after taking a paper cut this morning to be able to come back very strongly. Take advantage of the opportunity when it presented itself. And just like that, woof, I made it disappear. We want to go the other way, baby. Let's go the other way. I'm still in it with a runner, baby. Still trying to get paid. Alhamdulillah. And it's not even Friday. Again, it was already written out, already shown, diagram, already broken down exactly what could potentially happen in this area. No one knows what the market can do.
Try 1 month free.
All we can do is prepare. And then after we prepare, we can plan. The market respecting, look at that. The buying, the bottom of that control selling algo. Somebody please hit the like button. Nobody is coming on here giving us these lines, showing us these algos, identifying these trading areas, taking these live trades in front of us. No one is doing it but us, the team. Let's give it up for one another. Show support by hitting the like button. Very interested, knowing we are at the bottom of this controlled algo, knowing there is a level of support underneath it at the 524. 524 is an area that I am looking for to take some profits. I did take some earlier profits. 524 is what I originally was holding for, but when I saw a little bit of back and forth here, this was a great place for me to go ahead and put some money in my pocket at the 525 and get out the way as these big boys argued. Meanwhile, I was able to secure some monies and still have a runner to run on. Taking the trade for exactly what it is giving me. Will not try to get any more than what the trade is given. Take a look at other charts. We are red on the day, red on the 30, red on the 15, red on the 2-minute chart. But on the 5-minute right now, we are temporarily green. I in my Heikin Ashi, I in my 30-minute chart. Will not trade against the 30-minute chart. If the 30-minute chart changes, I will take my profit there. But as long as the 30-minute chart doesn't flip, I'm fine. As this is the natural ebb and flow of the market. Still keeping in mind, however, that the bulls are in control of the overall week as for now. This is the kind of downward pressure that we did want to see, however, in this area. Beautiful action. Beautiful action. We'll take exactly what the market gives. Take exactly what the market gives. We will take exactly what the market gives. 10 seconds left on this candle. Beautiful. And we are out. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing trade. Not amazing grace, but amazing trade. How sweet it was for me to get this money. I didn't lie. You cannot lie. What your eyes did see. We do it every day. 9:25 in the morning, all the way to 11, sometimes past that. Like Johnny Appleseed, I cannot tell a lie. I took a paper cut this morning trying to get into a call position. But because I use very tight risk management, because I use bracket orders, because I use stop management, stop loss, I have controlled risk. I patiently waited for the put to come, And when it came, I took the monies. My first profit target was hit. It is now going to my second profit target. That was a put, 527. Got in at the 526 one area. Actually got in a little bit higher than that. Took profits at the 525. Took profits at the 524. And right now, it's on its way to my second profit target of the 523.2. Even as I'm making this recap right now. Will we get a ring-a-ling-a-ling? Ching, ching, ching. Thank you for joining us. And if you want to be a part of this exciting journey, all you have to do is subscribe. You will be notified when we go live. And then you will be amongst those who testify that somehow, my. There it is, jing-a-ling-a-ling. Yes, sir. In the words of Tyrese, what more do you want from me? Well, that's all for today. Closing out today, August the 7th at 1:15. We're done. That's it. Bye for now. God willing, we'll see you tomorrow. Man, that was crazy. That was crazy. Man, that was crazy. Man, that was crazy. Woo-wee! Man, that was nuts. That was nuts. I mean, come on, even you haters gotta give us a like for that one, man. Come on, man. Right to the like. Come on, haters. You gotta give us a like for that one. Come on, don't be haters, be congratulators, then turn into participators. Come on. Plenty of room as we take this ride to the bank yet again. This one was the one, not the two. Right till yet again, those lines. Man, getting a lot from Free Channel, I tell you that. A lot. I'll be the first to say it. I don't even need you to say it. I'ma say it. Yeah. Transparent with the losses, the lessons, equally as transparent with the wins. You saw me take the paper cut this morning. You saw me regroup. You saw me say I'm going to wait. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to reanalyze the plan. Boom, boom, bam. There it was. 527 down to the 524, down to the 523. $4 move. Yes, sir. In the words of Johnny Dang, Diamond Boy. That's getting retarded now. But again, already written out, illustrated, broke down, explained. We don't do no chasing around here. So that's the move. That's it. That's the wrap. That's all. Alrighty, let us go ahead Run through these sponsors one more time. Definitely some tranquil trading, but some very exciting times. There's nothing wrong with being emotional. I look at it as a professional football player. You can still take your job serious. You can still be very focused on what you need to do, but you can love it to the point that you don't have a problem expressing that love. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how I feel inside about trading. As the market continues to go lower without me, quite okay. Unbelievable day. Can't make all the money. You have to leave some for another day. Yowza, yowza, yowza. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and do a recap.
Your future is at your fingertips. Take advantage of the flexibility and diversity
Your
of
future
trading
is
with
at
Ninja Trader.
your fingertips. Well, let's do a recap here on some real change. What a day it was. We started off the day by me taking a couple paper cuts, trying to get this call to work out, but it just didn't do it. Luckily, we only trade with bracket orders and we only trade with stop losses. So we wanted to get in at that 529. We wanted to take it to the 532, even the 533. It didn't happen. We regrouped, came back this afternoon, caught a beautiful put off that 527 puts, got in at the 526.5, a little bit ahead of our organized entry, but took that to the 524. Even our 523.2 profit target was hit. Unbelievable trading live here on Some Real Change. We do this every day at 9:25 to 11 on YouTube. Thank you for tuning in and watching the replay, which will be made available. God bless you. Bye for now.